All right, welcome back to the What It Do podcast, episode number 4. Today is the day you're listening to this is going to be February 18th. We're recording this at about 3 a.m. on February 17th. This is kind of how the cards played out for us, but you got to do what you got to do. We just wanted to take this intro as an opportunity to say thank you again for all the support that we are receiving from everybody. We really do appreciate it. We are going to put up our social media ads again right here just because we really think we could be doing better on that side of the platform as well. Other than that, I think we're ready to get into it.
Yeah, I think we got...
We did switch chairs. Joe was feeling a little down
I got
on
the,
himself, so we had to boost his
got the
confidence,
big boy one this week, but, probably change again next week.
A little curveball, keep
yeah.
Keep you guys
I think we do have a good show, mixing it up with a little bit of sports, a little bit of not sports.
Got some stories.
We have some Valentine's stories, some other stories, so should be a good one. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. All right, cool. All right. So, for those of you watching this or listening, I guess, we've played a trick on you because the man that you think is sitting next to me is not actually here. Joe, unfortunately, over the past week, he passed away. I don't know why I have a smile on my face saying this, but those of you that did watch episode 3, you would know that the first instance of this was when my man's here, self-proclaimed that he was a very good taste tester when it came to beer. He failed miserably.
Very
Check
badly.
out episode 3. You'd love to see it. And then a few days following,
I was looking for a rebound, and it's not what it's not what happened.
Yeah, so there was a bar, and Joe was there with some buddies, and there was a beer pong tournament. All we can say is that the W was not brought home.
I would like to point out...
If you ain't first, you're last.
Oh, 100%. And we lost. But I would like to point out I am from... We're not going to give a name of this bar. But I am technically banned for life from this bar.
Previous to this
incident. Unrelated incident. Really wasn't my fault. But that's neither here nor there about what happened. There was a beer pong tournament. I was feeling down after that failed attempt at the beer tasting. Get in the beer pong tournament. So here's what happened. It's a double elimination.
Right.
We go in, we're killing the game. Can't lose. We run into this. We knew there was this one team that was also very good.
Cannot lose.
That's what we were thinking.
Ice in the veins.
We were winning left and right. We get this one team we knew was the best team. Probably we thought we or them were the best team. Other than ourselves.
No wonder you lost.
Yeah, other than ourselves. So we play them. They run us. I think we had 4 cups left. We didn't play good. So we go to the loser bracket, win a couple games there, and then we get a choice at the Final Four because we made it back to the Final Four. And my partner, great guy, decides he wants to take them on again. Not what I would have chose probably, but at that point, the beers had been flowing, and we were feeling good. We end up running them. We beat them. Yeah. So we're on top of it. We're in the championship game. They go back down. They play this one team. We knew they beat them. So it's round 3, one game apiece for a team. We get in the final round. Neither team played well. I will preface that. Neither team, I'll admit, we didn't play well. They were not playing. One of their partners was like this old dude in dress shoes, dress slacks, and then a younger kid, probably our age.
Interesting.
The older dude was hammered, like couldn't make a ball, but the other guy was a shooter. If you're watching, props to you, you were a shooter. So that dude's carrying the team. So neither was playing good. We get down 3 cups each.
Full backpack.
Yeah, he was backpacking the team. 3 cups each for them.
Okay.
They make 2. Ball's back. They get the balls back, make it again. That's all the cups gone. We got to make 1, and they would not let us re-rack on the redemption. So cups are scattered. We both miss. We lose. We're upset, but you know what happens. And then, I don't know if he was doing this to be a dick or he was actually a nice guy, but they win a prize package, like a little cooler or whatever, full of stuff. He comes over and offers us 1 blind grab in the cooler for a prize. I didn't want to do it, but I didn't want to walk out empty-handed. and we won a glass, like a glass, like a little drinking glass. I still don't know if he was doing it to be a dick or not.
If you take anything away from this podcast, just know that life is about the small victories. You got to take what you can, even if that's a slap in the face from the guy that just fucked you
Twice.
in beer pong twice.
Yeah, so it's been a rough week. We took that L in the last podcast. We took the L in the beer pong tournament.
I don't know about you, but you're saying we. I was not.
Okay.
I was not on the losing side of either of those.
Yeah, no, it was. I'm sorry, I upset. Me. But, we're going to come back strong. We're going to keep coming back. And eventually we're going to. Yeah, I'm sorry, me. And we're going to end up on the right side of things one of these times. So, that's about all I got about that.
Deceased.
Yeah.
All right, so getting into the next thing, I would say that the most recent thing that we got from the MLB this week would be they've announced a couple of rule changes. Astros are back in the news, but they're kind of trying to cover it up, I think.
Yeah, fuck
yet
them.
Again, yeah. So going into the 2020 season, we actually have a few rule changes in the MLB. Nothing too crazy, but the roster limit got extended by one person, which is kind of nice for those utility guys. Now, as a relief pitcher, you have a 3-batter minimum when you come into the game, which is takes away the strategy of putting in your lefty pitcher to go up against some guy in the lineup, or when you're trying to, as the opposing manager, trying to force the move of the other guy, kind of change that strategy.
And if you didn't know, it was you could face. I think you could throw one pitch and then get out of the game.
Yeah.
Which this rule is gonna speed up the game, not what it was put in for.
Yeah, but
it will speed up the game.
It's one of those things. Like, that's the problem that the MLB is facing, is they're trying to speed up the game for those fans that aren't true fans of baseball. I guess
right.
It was the best way.
If you don't appreciate it, these rules you probably wouldn't even appreciate anyways. But
exactly, yeah. But I think this is the way that if you want to speed up the game, it's going to be something that's a little more natural and as a positive side effect. I don't see too many negatives here. I'm sure some of the old school guys will be a little upset with the whole strategy thing, but
you'll never make old school baseball fans happy anymore.
Yeah, that's also very true.
No.
But I do kind of like how the MLB is kind of out here always trying to shake things up, so I do appreciate that. Then we got the two-way player designation, so it's basically the Shohei Ohtani rule.
Pretty much. If you don't know, pitcher for the Angels, but also DH, can rake, can hit bombs.
Basically, the essence behind this rule is if you have a certain, I think it's 20 innings pitched, you don't necessarily count against the team's pitching restrictions. You just are another player that also pitches. So I think it's more of just a specification, since we're seeing a little bit more of that in the league. Nothing too crazy. And then also the reduction in challenge time. It's down to, I think, about 20 seconds, that's a good thing. Speeds up the game while you're there and while you're watching.
Baseball, every challenge it's pretty bang. Like, there's not like the NFL. It's not. Yeah. It's not a lot to see.
But on those rule changes, I'm not really upset about any of them. I would say I think they're all pretty decent. And then the other thing that I think was actually pretty big news, they introduced what they're going to do for the 2021. So not this year, but next year's playoffs. It's actually quite interesting. I know we talked about it a little bit, but for those of you that don't know, what the MLB is doing, they're adding a team to each side of the bracket. So the way that it works is if you get the 1 seed on whether you're NL or AL, you get a first round bye. So then you have 2 through 7, right? 2 through 7. That from those 2, 3, and 4 seeds, the 2 seed gets to pick of the 5, 6, 7 who they want to play. Could be the 5, the 6, or the 7. They get to pick. So you're getting an extra team into the playoffs.
It's all at home, right?
It's all at home. It's
3-game series.
And then whoever's the 3 seed also gets to choose the next of the 2 remaining teams, and then whoever the 4th seed is gets the last pick. So it's really interesting dynamic because if you pick and lose, kind of screwed yourself. I think it's really interesting because it's a 3-game. You have a 2-game minimum. It's instead of that 1-game play-in game, and just from recent memory with the Cubs in 2015. No, but Cubs. Yes, but I'll get to that. Don't worry. But for recent memory, it was when the NL Central was really good, and the Cardinals, the 3 best teams in baseball were in the same division, and 2 of them were wildcard teams. It was the Cubs, Cardinals, and Pirates. Cubs went into Pittsburgh, and we had Arrieta in his Cy Young year, put him on the mound. Yes, we.
You were part of the organization?
Yes.
Because if I can't use we, You can't because you are not affiliated with the Cubs at all. And if you are, I don't know why you're sitting here next to me.
I will put that jersey on right now.
I will burn it.
I think our definition of we is a little extended, but it's not the point of this.
Okay.
Anyway, so the whole disadvantage, like, you know, your guys get rest and you don't have to play an extra game or do that travel time, but then there's also, with pitching rotation, that's very important in baseball, and, you know, now you have, even in a one-game playoff, you have your number one guy going to try to get you to the next level, where then this other team's waiting to see who they're going to play, and then they've got their first guy on deck ready to go. So I think it's going to be interesting when it's at least a 2-game thing, so you're going to be at least 2 starters in, and then I don't know how long the rest period is going to be, but it's not going to be something where you put your starter or your number one starter right back out there against that 1 seed. But after this whole little selection thing goes, you're then left with 4 teams, and it's just like normal. The 1 seed plays the lowest remaining seed, and then the 2 middle seeds play, and it goes on. I'm intrigued, and then I believe those are 7-game series. I don't see why they would change those. I'm very
divisional's normally 5.
Yeah, but no, they changed it.
They changed it back 7. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So it'll be interesting. I'm excited.
I'm excited for if we get, say we get Cubs Cardinal. I want to see some rivals pick each other.
Yeah, I think that's a really interesting aspect of it.
More playoff fights, which are always great.
And then I also think like the Mets would have won it, would have made last year, made this tournament style, and they arguably had one of the best starting pitching rotations in baseball. They had 3 lights out guys. Yeah. Granted, they had one of the worst bullpens, but something like that would have been very, very interesting to see. And I think just the whole picking who the hell you want to play is just dramatic as hell. And it's funny as shit.
It should be pretty cool.
Yeah, and it kind of gives
it's fucking the Astros, because I don't know a team that wouldn't pick them at this point. Like, yeah, because I'm trying to hit every batter.
Yeah, and then I do think there's an interesting spin on it where, again with the Cubs, as this is a diss to them. So, assuming they make it, the Cubs are a decent enough team where they can, you know, win 80 plus games a year, and they can be happy with it, because that's still a hard thing to do, and I understand that message. However, you know, you're building a team that's there to win, and, you know, when you have ownership versus management that has different mindsets, and this isn't just the Cubs, this extends to other teams and other leagues anyway, but you have the owners, Cincinnati Bengals, that are just there for the money, aren't too concerned about winning. I mean, if you don't pay players, the money goes back to the owners, all that whole argument. Now these teams can sell, oh, well, we made the playoffs so many times out of the last 5 years. No, you made the 7 seed and you got beat, the shit beat out of you by a 2 seed round 1. Right. But they can sell that.
It's part of the game.
It is. Like you said, that's part of
the game.
But I can see the Cubs making it in that bottom 3, getting selected to go play somewhere on the road.
My Diamondbacks could do the same thing.
Yeah, no, it goes anywhere. But then you also you introduce the Cinderella story. I mean, we did see that with the Nationals, where they
came out of nowhere. I mean, they were in the playoffs, but it wasn't out of nowhere.
That one error in the outfield could have changed the entire outcome of the World Series. The Nationals might not even been there, right? Based on that one play, and this could be completely shaken up. So I really am intrigued to see it. I think it opens up better.
Just makes baseball more exciting, and they need it.
That playoff race gets a little bit more interesting. I think it'll influence trades a little differently at the trade deadline, because more teams could go all in or be your decision to be all in or not, or sell or whatever, is going to be different now.
So you could have 4 teams from the same division in the playoffs now, right?
I believe technically. I don't know how.
So you could have a 1 seed, 2, and then 3. The other team, the 4, the 5, 6, and 7 could be from the same.
I think technically the whole division could make it. I mean, if there's 5.
No, because there has to be. 4.
No, it's not division.
Is it? There's 3 or 4. I don't know.
There's 3 divisions. That's West, Central, and East. And there's 5 in each team, because there's 30 teams. I don't know how it works, if it's just top by record, or if it's division leaders and then the rest. Because that's normally how the wild card works. I'm not sure.
I mean, division leaders would have to get in, so there would leave 5 spots.
It's only 7. So
I'm sorry, 4 spots. So I guess technically the entire division could make it.
Technically.
But
I don't know if that's how it works with games against each other.
Yeah, I don't know that either. But that would be funny to see an entire division make it.
And then we did want to throw in to talk about a little bit of a preview for what we think would happen for the World Series. What do you think? What do you think you're going to see?
I am going to go a little crazy here.
Hell yeah.
A little unorthodox. I am going to say I don't want to.
Go ahead and say what you think is going to happen and what you want to see happen.
Okay.
But a realistic want to see.
Okay. My unrealistic, I am going to go what I'd like to see. I want Red Sox Diamondbacks.
Of course. Okay.
I'd love to see the Diamondbacks.
Yeah. Interesting with what they're doing with, like, I mean, they got rid of
yeah, Greinke.
Greinke, and then they
got Cole.
Not Smart. Oh my God. Dude from Mad Bum.
I'm sorry, Mad Bum. They got, I don't know what they're doing. I'd love to see it. I don't think it'll it
could go on.
They're not the worst team, but they're not. They're in a tough division.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to see. I'm going to say I hate this team. I don't want to see them in, but I'm going to say Yankees.
Yeah.
Yankees make it out of the AL. And then NL, I'm going to go... The NL, I'm going to go with the Brewers.
You do realize, like, they lost a lot of pieces and Christian Yelich may not be there for opening day?
I did not.
They lost, I think they lost, many key relievers and
really?
A starter.
Man, didn't know that one. So we're going to change that.
I'm pretty sure they're projected to get fourth in division.
Okay, we're not going to go with that.
Okay, actually, whatever the MLB's main projection things that come out that are always somewhat crazy at the beginning, they put the Reds to win the NL Central. I'm like, dude, come on.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know that.
It went Reds, Cubs, Cardinals, I think Brewers, then Pirates, but they might have flipped. The Brewers might have been at the end. It was dumb. I'm like, come on. I
didn't know that about the Brewers, so I will change that to the. I was really banking on them. I didn't know that. I'm gonna change it to the going San Francisco Giants. Hate both teams, but they seem to be a team that you're gonna see there once every couple years.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm gonna go Giants. I really didn't know about the Brewers. That's on me.
Okay. What I think's gonna happen, unfortunately, it's probably the worst possible World Series for me as a fan of baseball, but I would assume that the Yankees and the Los Angeles Dodgers are going to make it. I hate the Dodgers with a passion.
Teams.
The Yankees do usually find a way to choke their way out of the playoffs in recent years, at least.
I think this is their year, though. They're going.
Granted, it is now known that it was due to cheating, but
yeah.
Regardless,
either way.
Yeah, not that I was sad to see it in real time. But
no.
What I would like to see, I would really like to see a Twins versus Braves World Series.
Twins, I like that.
I liked when the Twins kind of went on a run last year. They can hit, and they
can hit.
They got some streaky pitchers. Their bullpen's not horrible. I think they're one of those teams that's really good as a team, not just necessarily talent wise, but they're they play well together. I think that's big. And I do really like the Braves. They've got such a young core. They're getting close. I think they're better than they were last year, even though they are losing Donaldson. But
where'd he go?
I really want to say he went to the Twins, actually, but I don't remember. Oh man. It's 3 a.m. I'm sorry. Anyway.
Quit bitching.
Sorry, Joe. Anyway. MLB season, good job on their part for kind of hiding the whole Astros apology. That was
yeah. I do want to bring up. I don't remember if it was their.
It was bad.
General manager, owner. What the fuck was? He's a douche dick. I don't even know, but he came out with the interview. The big, all the players have to apologize. They don't give a shit. They don't care. Anyways, he comes out in 30 seconds of the interview, of the apology interview. He says, "I don't think it affected," or I don't remember what he said first, but he said. Whether it impacted the game or not, we don't know. I can't say that. And then 30 seconds later said, I don't think it impacted the game, which, if you're not a big baseball fan or you don't really know, I mean, you played a lot more than I did, but, knowing what they were doing, you
so
definitely impacted the game. The reporters called him out on contradicting himself, and, I mean, obviously, they're not going to. But it's just such a joke. Situation. It's just such a joke.
It's such a joke to where it's I don't want to even talk about it because it's just it's the same thing. It's we know they fucked up, and it's it's so dumb, and so bad for the sport. So I give credit to MLB for like being able to kind of try to brush it. I feel like they're getting a little bit of a better at for like not reprimanding them correctly, but it's like there's no right way to do this, and you really don't want to see any of it happen.
Yeah.
It sucks, and it's really funny in a really shitty way how bad the Astros.
It's
are
just like
it.
Every week I'm looking for what's the next stupid thing that they're gonna say, and it just pissed me off.
Yeah.
And this was this week, so until this dies down, I hated the Astros, but now I know other team's gonna get hit first at bat of the season. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be hilarious to watch.
Yeah.
So if you're not even a baseball fan, I'd turn on a Astros game just to watch them get plunked with 100-mile heaters to the head.
Yeah. I guess the only good
Buzz
thing,
that one, bitch.
the only good thing to come out of it is you get to see the dynasty that they had going die, and I think that's kind of nice.
I think the worst thing to happen would they just come back and win the World Series.
There's no way. They lost their best pitcher.
You would like to think there's no way, but knowing these assholes, there's a way.
I mean, are they the Patriots of the MLB?
No, I'm just saying, like...
Yeah, they got the scandals and the rings.
I mean, yeah, they have the ring and the cheating, but I'm not going to put them... If they would come back and win it, then we can talk, but I don't see it.
They have a lot of talent on their roster, too.
No, it's a good team. It's a World Series worthy team.
They're not going to do it. They're just not going to even entertain the idea.
All right. My bad.
I just don't want to do it. All right, moving on. We're going to get into a little preview we've got going for the NFL draft that we think is going to be accurate. I'm going to be sharing my thoughts and put them up for interpretation this week, and then Joe will be doing the same next week.
Mm-hmm.
Mine, I think I went... This is going to be a very interesting draft, and it's hard to know what's going to happen with all of what's going to happen in free agency. I think there will be a lot of trades in the offseason regarding picks and players, and I also think this is going to be just a very interesting signing for offseason. It's very lucrative. A lot of teams and players going different ways, as we'll see. Do you want me to just get into it?
Yeah, I think we all would, honestly.
All right. So I think one important thing to note is that we did just see this.
For fuck's sake.
Earlier this week, there's a lot of quarterbacks that are going to be on the move, or we don't know if they are going to be what team they'll be with next year. Obviously, earlier this week, Phillips is entering free agency.
Yep.
I don't know where he's going to go. I don't think he's going to try to sign to be a backup anywhere, but I don't know who signs him.
Me neither.
Not as a backup. But, I mean, some notable names. You've got Andy Dalton. Derek Carr is possibly in the hot seat. Tom Brady, no one really knows what the hell he's doing.
Tom Brady ain't leaving.
I don't think it
He's
does
full
not make
Wolf of
sense
Wall
to
Street.
leave. But it's just out there. Jameis Winston did get LASIK, but he could leave.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Do we get an Andrew Luck cameo?
I'm sure his name gets tossed around. I don't think he comes back.
No,
he's not that kind of guy.
Seems pretty content, but...
Yeah. And then Cam Newton as well. We don't really know. And then there is also the whole situation down in Jacksonville. You don't really know what they're kind of in a pickle with.
I think any team would be pretty happy to pick up Nick Foles or Gardner.
It's the only thing with Nick Foles is that contract.
I mean, yeah, but Duke can play.
Yeah, and he just got hurt.
Yeah, it was just a season.
Does Jacksonville want to go all in on Gardner? Does another team
want to
go
all in on Nick?
I know. I
think they get some good value for Gardner.
I think so too. He's talented, and the kid's fun to watch.
He's fucking talented.
But I don't know. So I think that's kind of will affect the draft, obviously, as it does. I mean, anyone that knows football, there's a million mock drafts that go out.
Mm-hmm. Ours is the right one, though.
Yes, you heard it here first. So getting into it, the first overall pick is currently owned by the Cincinnati Bengals. My prediction is that they do trade.
Really?
Trade out of it.
Wow.
I just don't think that they necessarily want Joe Burrow, and I think some team is going to be willing to overpay for him. I think he is worth... I don't even know if it's considered overpaying.
He's worth about $1 billion in my heart.
I love Joe Burrow. I don't know who I think goes up and gets him necessarily. Meaning, I think it depends on what happens with these quarterbacks in free agency.
Okay, but we're going mock draft, so you need to you can't just have not a number 1 pick.
I think the team that should go up and get him,
okay,
would probably need to be the Chargers.
Okay, Chargers.
I think it would be a way to, they're moving into LA next year, and I think it would be a really good way for them to just, get their guy. They have a solid defense that was just injury prone this last year. They don't have to give up a lot, I think, to move up that far. They are sitting at the 6th pick right now, so they could probably work in something with maybe only one more first rounder from the future and then another pick maybe from this year in the later rounds. I think
I can see it.
Could get them the first. It would be a really good way for them just to, get their market flowing.
Quarterback you didn't mention on flying around, Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, him too.
I don't know where he's going or what
and
he's
then
doing.
There's the whole situation down in New Orleans too with the three of them.
There's too much to cover, really.
It's really quite interesting.
Yeah.
So I think.
So heard it here first. Chargers number 1 pick, Joseph Burrow.
Yeah.
All right, number 2.
Number 2 is the Redskins. I think all the teams in the top 5 are actually teams that could trade down or trade up.
Right.
Obviously, outside of the Bengals because they can't go up. But I think the Redskins, they got the young quarterback. They have some decent young receivers.
Right.
They have an okay defense. They did just release Josh Norman, which fuck that guy.
Yeah, don't like him.
Their biggest needs are just either some superstar on defense or an O-lineman. I don't think they take an O-lineman this high at number 2. There's none.
I would.
There's not a Quentin Nelson this year.
Oh, I love you, Quentin. I love Quentin Nelson.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's a great guy. So I think they go Chase Young here. I think that's kind of the obvious pick.
Smart play.
It's safe, and I don't think they're going to be the team to trade down, though I could see it. Mines are sitting at 3. Matthew Stafford, like you. I think you're a good quarterback.
Good guy.
Even coming from a Bears fan.
Well, he never fucking beats you, so
facts.
It's fine.
So, I don't. Apparently, there's rumors that the Lions are open to trading Stafford, which would then lead me to. I would assume that by this time Joe Burrow's gone, which I think the next best quarterback in the draft is Tua. If they choose not to trade Matt Stafford, they also make sense to draft Tua at 3 if they want to move on from him because Tua may not play this next year.
Right.
You have Stafford, who is a quarterback that could put you into contention, give himself a resume to put himself out there for another team. I think it makes sense.
It's risky play.
But at the same time, they could go O-line here. They could trade up or down. They could be the one that takes Burrow.
Right.
Again, it's very weird. Number 4 is the Giants.
Who the hell did you have them taking?
Tua. Sorry.
You had them taking Tua.
I have them taking Tua at 3. I think just
because did not see that coming.
Just because the scenario of having Stafford to be able to sit there for a year for you and still play and be competitive while you have your guy sitting behind a good quarterback.
Yeah, Stafford's a good quarterback.
They don't have to rush him back to play. Like I think it's just the right scenario at 3. Number 4, we have the Giants. They need a lot. I think honestly, you take either Isaiah Simmons. Because he's Clemson
like product.
Yeah, linebacker, safety. No one really knows what he is. Versatile guy. I think that helps them there. Or you just kind of take the best guy there. But I do think, again, I kind of suspect another trade. Just that being, there's a lot of teams that are going to be quarterback needy in this draft, and I think 4 is a really good spot to slide in with the Giants looking to accumulate more picks to fix a lot of stuff. So I could see that one too.
If you slide in there and Burrow and Tua are gone, what do you
got? Herbert, who's
I
don't think he's number 4 pick quality.
I don't think he's bad, but I just, man, I don't know.
But that's how the NFL works. I mean, people that they want their quarterback, and like they want to make the statement that that's who they pay for.
Yeah.
I think out of the top 4 so far, I think that's the least likely actually to get traded for the Giants. But it does also kind of make sense. Mm-hmm. Number 5, we have the Dolphins. I've called this from the get-go. They're either trading up to number 1 or they're trading way down. They have a lot of picks in the first round. I think they want more. That team is a dumpster fire currently, and they need – people aren't going to sign to go there, so they need to draft people. They need to get as many picks as they can for as much talent. Both their picks in the first round are later, so I think if they get something in the middle here, I don't know. I think they could work something, but also if they want to take Tua at 3 or 2, or if they really want Joe Burrow, I could see that happening.
Right.
I don't think that's the right move for Miami. Fitzpatrick can win you enough games.
I want to see Josh Rosen.
Give
me the chosen Rosen.
I feel bad for Josh Rosen.
I do.
Nice
guy.
Put in a real shitty situation.
Yeah.
I think he can be good.
I do.
He just isn't given the chance or the resources.
Yeah.
I think if I'm Miami, I would personally, with my intel that I have, would ride with Rosen,
insider over here.
With Rosen or Fitzpatrick, and then try to build around them with these picks and accumulate more picks. But
okay,
it's not that easy. There's not really many other teams that have a lot of first round picks. I think the only other one would be the Raiders, and they're not the greatest picks either. Houston has 2, I think, because of the Pittsburgh trade with Minka, but they might have given one of their picks away. I'm not sure, but they're all later picks, so I don't know. I just feel like Miami, that's the right move to get a lot of draft capital, to have young talent there for a while that you don't have to pay. Then you could build something, get a big free agent next year.
Okay.
I think that just is the right building block. Coming in at 6, we have the Chargers. I very much expect them to trade up, but they could sign one of these guys come for quarterbacks, and they could go with a guy like Marcus Mariota and try to shift their offense a little bit, and then just go O-line to protect somebody. They could draft Justin Herbert here. They could do a lot of different things. I don't know if Tua falls here. They could go there. I think the Chargers are actually in a good spot, even though their quarterback just left. I think the reason they were so bad this year is because their defense was so hurt. They have a lot of talented pieces. Derwin James is a very good safety.
Derwin James is good.
Bosa's obviously very good. They have pieces. I think they're a team to expect to flip around next year.
Mm-hmm.
They could do. There's a lot of things that they could do, and I think most of them are going to be the right thing to do. Not a lot of wrong choices for them at 6 or whatever they choose to trade up. The Panthers come in at 7. We don't know what their quarterback situation is going to be. They need O-linemen as well. I think this is a good spot for the best O-lineman to go, which I do think is Andrew Thomas. However, I could also see them going in the offensive mindset with their new head coach coming out of Baylor.
I don't know if that's.
I could see.
I don't know if I like that fit.
I don't
know if it's going to be successful.
My actual prediction here is Jerry Jeudy. I think they need a guy. They've missed on a lot of receivers in recent years.
Yeah, and Jerry Jeudy, I like. Great, he is good.
Getting he's the most talented receiver in the class. I would say.
I would say might be the most talented player.
That you can make the argument.
I would.
So I think that's another safe pick. They could also trade up to make a move. I don't think they do. They're in a really weird spot with Cam and was it Kyle Allen?
Yeah.
They're in a weird spot. I think even if they do trade, I would expect it to be down to another team that's in the middle pack that is quarterback needy. Coming in at 8 is your Cardinals.
Hell yeah.
Need a lot of help too. I actually have Andrew Thomas going here. I think that's pick.
I don't want to see them go receiver unless it's Jerry Jeudy because they have a lot of young receivers that I think can be good.
You
protection would be helpful.
You have your offensive.
I want to see them get another corner. Patrick Peterson started playing good again towards the end of the year. They need defensive help. They need a linebacker. Yeah. I'm actually going to say I want them to take a linebacker.
This would be a really good fit for Isaiah.
I was just about to say that.
They could use either that linebacker that's dynamic, speedy, or they could use that corner help in the secondary.
Yeah, because
that I think is another safe pick. I think you have to take the best player available there, or if someone gives
Cardinals will not trade either.
Yeah, so
they're not gonna trade.
I think that's a pretty safe
Yeah.
bet for them. As a Cardinals fan, I don't think you need to worry.
I don't think they can do a lot wrong.
Yeah, there's not a lot. I completely agree.
But if there's a will, there's a way, and they will do it.
Absolutely. Coming in at 9 is the Jaguars. Another weird quarterback situation with Minshew and Foles. They definitely need to kind of revitalize that defense. Losing Jalen Ramsey, but they still have... I mean, they were very good 2 years ago. Very, very good. And they could get some help on D-line. They could get some help on the linebacker spot or position. They could get some safety help. They could do a lot on defense. I think maybe C.J. Henderson out of Florida.
He's such a He's such a little bitch. Sat out the bowl game. I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that so much.
Yeah, I know, but it makes sense. Not to the point. I think he would be an interesting corner to go there. That would be help with, what is it, AJ Boye?
Yeah, the hell do you say his name?
Um,
Sounds like those little packets of that shit you throw when you're cooking. You know what I'm talking about? That beef bouillon, whatever it's called. Yeah.
yeah. But no, I think, this is another, safe pick. They could go receiver here, too, because this is a pretty talented receiver class.
Yeah.
I can see if Judy fell this far, I don't imagine
Don't think anyway, but
even there's a lot of talented guys that could go here as well. Help out, either your young quarterback or your veteran that you're paying a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot you can go wrong here.
No, not at all.
Browns come in at 10 to round off this part of the mock draft. I've said it since they started struggling. I really thought their only weak spot, other than Mason Rudolph's head, was the O-line. Baker, I think, is good, a very good quarterback.
I think can be.
He can be, and I think he needs help on the O-line. I mean,
he needs mental help, too. He's not the most mentally strong human being.
If you say so. I think he is, when it comes to being a quarterback, I think he is smart. He's mobile enough. The guy knows how to win. He can throw. He's got
he can
arm.
Lace it, yeah.
But, I mean, when you're running for your life...
Jameis can lace it. He just likes to do it to the other team a lot.
Yeah. I think when I would tune into a Browns game this year, and anytime I saw a mistake on Baker, if you watch a replay, it's pretty much all due to pressure or getting blown up. But they also had one of the best rushers in the league, so their O-line doesn't make a lot of sense. They just had horrible pass protection. So I think, the defense is relatively solid. They have a lot of pieces. They have
all these top picks. Eventually, they got to put it together.
You would hope, right?
Yeah,
But they have the talent surrounding Baker. It's just they need to give him a minute. Not even a minute. About 3 seconds. Maybe 4.
I would take 4 seconds.
I would take 4. But I think that would help the whole team as a whole. Jarvis Landry would be able to catch more passes. You have Odell Beckham Jr. hopefully catching more passes.
Njoku?
Yeah, they have a talented team. I also think their biggest weak spot was Freddie Kitchens' play calling. He just kind of looked overwhelmed a lot of the year.
They can't be. I don't think they could be worse. Honestly.
Yeah, I think if you just go O-line, whether it's the second, the first, or the third best guy, you just got to get somebody to be stable for you. And it just they'll be better. I think they were really close a lot of times this year, and I think this would help put them over the edge.
I agree. Okay, that's your top 10.
It's my top 10.
Half of them, I don't even know who the hell you even picked, but guess we'll figure it out.
Moral of the story is expect a lot of trades. I just really have a feeling there's going to be a lot of trades.
I hope to God no one trades.
It'd be kind of funny.
A solid top 10, no one trades.
I just pick Burrow drops to 8 or something stupid. Or
8.
Not 8.
Hold on, I would take him in the desert.
Oh no. Oh yeah, 8. I don't know. Drop. I don't know.
It'll be an interesting one. I don't know. You didn't. Do want to point out, you didn't put Jeff Okudah, cornerback from Ohio State.
I did think. I actually had him written down for the Lions if they don't go quarterback here, depending on what they do with Stafford. I did not mention that. I did have him here, and then when I was planning this out, when I kind of would say like the Giants could take him or whoever.
He's going top 10.
Yeah, for sure. I think whoever is one of those.
If he falls to 8.
Right, I think he could be one of those guys that is the best available player you take. I think that is something that happens. I feel like it really depends on the Lions. I think matching him with Darius Slay would be very, very interesting for that defense.
It would.
They do need Matt Patricia needs help on that defense because the offense wasn't their weak spot, especially with Stafford getting hurt. They went through 3 quarterbacks this year. They still produced offensive points. It's just their defense couldn't stop anybody. But
we'll see.
We will see.
I'll give you mine next week, and
we'll
see where the chips fall. All right, what we got next?
Moving on, we are.
Oh yeah.
Actually, going to do a little spin for the holiday on our
Friday was Valentine's Day.
If you didn't know,
love is still in the air.
So instead of you hate to see it, we're going to be doing you love to see it. If you wouldn't mind clicking the other tab. I'm going first because Joe's is much more entertaining. I did partake in it. But it was, well, I didn't. You'll see. You'll see, listen, you'll get it. So I'm just going to mention, for those of you that are play video games, Call of Duty is pretty hopping right now. Pretty fun. For the Valentine's Day weekend, they actually changed a lot of their game mode names to very funny ones, and they also, like, in-game, in certain modes, the guns had automatic skins that were pink or red, and, like, little charms that were hearts and stuff. It was pretty funny. Nice little nod, but I just want to read off some of the names that they had for these. So they're all Valentine's Day themed. You had Ready to Mingle, Friends with Benefits, Double Date, Third Wheel. And then you got Hot Singles in Your Area, Wanna Cyber, Punish Me, Looking for the One, Love Hotel, Heart Point, Got the Digits. I think there's a little bit more if you scroll down.
This is funny as hell.
Yeah, Singles Appreciation Day, Virtual Rendezvous, Hurts So Good.
They're rapey as hell too.
Yeah,
like,
playing the field, like, it was really funny. I thought that was. I don't think it was like known they were gonna do that till everyone kind of logged on. I thought it was really funny. I don't know. I just
that's interesting.
Play a little round, and
everyone alone playing Call of Duty was just getting more and more sad.
It was entertaining playing. I think it was worth noting. On that does lead into Joe. Joe's love to see it.
Yeah. Where would you like to start? You take. I don't know where you want this to even start at.
I'll start where I got included. So.
Well, that's. I'll start. Hold on. Let me start it off.
Okay, go ahead.
And then you feel free to jump in whenever. So, Valentine's Day Friday night. I didn't have a lot going on. There's no metal on these hands. We're playing the field here. Like, we're
looking to have a good time.
Yeah, I mean, we're not wanted. Anyway, so
need a little heartache medication.
Yeah, feeling it. So went out with a buddy. We went downtown where we live around here. Got minorly intoxicated, and around this time, it was around 2 a.m. We were leaving the downtown. Well, yeah, first like off, I said, feel free to jump in.
Yeah. So, for those of you that don't know, like, I live near campus, and that's relatively close to downtown. And so Joe, just being a responsible adult,
let's drink responsibly. I do want to. How many times have you been pulled over drunk? Zero. How many times have you been pulled over sober?
2.
Odds are, drive drunk.
No.
Math adds up.
We are completely kidding. Anyway, so Joe texts me and he's like, "Hey, we're out drinking at a bar kind of close to you. Is it cool if at the end of the night we crash at your place?" I'm like, "Absolutely. Much rather you guys do that than either take a expensive Lyft or Uber back home or do something stupid. Not that you would.
Never done it. Never will.
Absolutely not. But being the good friend that I am, because I'm a great person, I said yeah. And then as I was typing an offer to pick them up as well, Joe asked if he could possibly get a ride. I said absolutely. Wanted to be a part of the fun, part of the experience of their night.
Mm-hmm.
This little bromance that was going on, and
I should put it. This friend was a man. Like, no,
yes.
Yeah,
sorry.
it was me and one dude.
Bro.
We were bros though. Yeah, like not weirdly.
Yes. You did have some company in your bed though, but it was him.
What? Oh yeah. Okay. Whatever. We don't need to talk about that. Yeah.
You ended Valentine's Day night.
In
an empty bed.
Not.
But.
Yeah. So anyways, I text Greg. I text him early night because I know I already see where this night's going. We're at this bar. Really what happened was I went to the bar to get another drink. And this party of, I think they were having like a Valentine's, whatever. They ordered a bunch of shots for their party, but they ordered way too many. And I just happened to be you can call it lucky or unlucky. Lucky soul that was next to them. And they're like, hey, you want to do some shots? Like on us. I was like, yeah, I do. I thought it was one shot. And I would go on my way. They just kept handing me shot. I mean, it was free, so I was like, can't look like a bitch now, but no, it was shot after shot after shot. I went to get a beer, and I came back like 5 shots deeper than I went in with. So I know at this point, it's not late. It's 10. Maybe 10:30. So I know where my night's headed. Like, it's not good. So we drink there. We're going to go down to another more clubby kind of place. Name doesn't matter because it is what it is. But so as we're leaving that place, my friend, he had a lot to eat before. So he's like, yeah, I don't feel good.
I saw the video.
So he walks right out into the parking lot and throws up, must have been 2 gallons. Like, dude is yakking everywhere. It was so disgusting. But he's
actually
good.
Kind of impressive.
No, it was I was thoroughly shocked how much he threw up. But no, he was good. He was puke and rally. He was good to go. So we get down there. We get into the next place, have a couple drinks, leave. And this is when we get to the last place we were at. It's jam-packed. Just taking forever to get drinks. So it's taking forever. At this point, we've had a lot of drinks. And it's not quite hit me yet how many drinks I've had. I know it's coming, but it hasn't hit me.
You were running from it, but it finally...
Yeah, no, he's feeling fine because he just yacked everything up. I'm, on the other hand, in a totally different area than him. I am not feeling good. So it's taking forever to get our drinks, so we started drinking AMFs. And if you don't know what those are, stands for adios, motherfucker. Because that's about what it does. It's just a cup full of alcohol. So we're drinking those. He meets some friends. I don't know him. We're talking to him. And about 1:45. Closes at 2. About right after the last call. We had a bunch of drinks on. They weren't finishing them. I was finishing them. That's about when it all came and shit hit the fan. Like, I knew instantly that I was not in a good place. Man. So I tell him, let's get out of here. Let's go. I call. Well, actually, we leave. And this is the part that it's very funny. We leave, and there's this corner right outside where there's always fights. So as we're walking, this big-ass fight erupts. These people leave the bar. It's a girl fight. These 2 girls start fighting. They fall into a cactus, and there's cops everywhere trying to stop it, but they're really not trying that hard because it's actually really funny. So they break them apart, and the one girl's cool. The one girl's hammered. She tries to fight the cops. Cops drag her in the street and beat the shit out of her and hog tie her up and leave her in the middle of the road with just one dude. And I'm filming all of it. I am laughing my ass off.
Didn't you say you asked a cop, dude, can I cross? I'm just trying to get home.
Yeah, I asked him, no, we're trying to get home. I'm on the verge of really losing my fucking self at this point. She's like, yeah, I got you, whatever. It's just us 2. He directs us he stops traffic for us and lets us go, which was cool. So I get this on film. I'm laughing my ass off. This is super funny. We walk another 100 feet. And we got to the point where the road where it's one way. Cars should only be going this way. These homeless people at the bus station just start fist fighting. Just beating the shit out of each other in the middle of the road. I have a video of it too. We're going to put all these videos up for you. So whoever's watching on YouTube, you're going to see these videos. Yeah,
they will be at the end. So then we won't just put really weird audio in for you. If you're just listening, but no, so yeah, we'll let you know. Don't worry about it.
Homeless people start fighting. This car, who's a drunk driver, because the dude had a Budweiser in his hand, whips down the road. They instantly stop fighting. And they become friends again, and they start screaming at the car, telling him he's going the wrong way, telling him how he shouldn't be drinking and driving, which to me was hilarious. It was just ironic, the whole situation, that these drunk homeless people that were fighting in the middle of the road 5 seconds ago are now the good Samaritans telling him, please stop drinking and driving. But that's neither here nor there. We get past all the fights. We are having a great time. I've kind of forgot how awful I know I'm about to be feeling. So we go. I call Greg to pick us up. I end up calling the wrong person. I called someone you didn't want to call. And I did not realize that till I had already berated them on the phone for 3 minutes. Because this person said they were doing something completely different than I thought Greg was doing. So I assumed they were joking around with me, and I was just not having it. So then they realized who I was talking to, and I had to apologize. Finally get a hold of Greg. Greg takes us to Taco Bell, where there was 2 lovely ladies. Their order was number 434.
They were after us.
Yeah. So the entire time we're eating, I am just yelling at these chicks. And I would say,
you weren't yelling.
Not yet, but I was
So, okay,
I was
to be
noticeable.
fair, it was quite entertaining. Not to paint a bad picture for Joe. Like,
No, I'm not really not a bad guy.
it was very entertaining. Manny was just kind of enjoying his food. He orders half the menu at Taco Bell, and then it's just a surprise whatever he picks out of the bag. But no, I mean they were laughing like it was.
No, yeah, it wasn't
full
like weird
comments.
way.
No,
Yeah.
it was kind of just like when they walked in, like we all kind of had we were on the same vibe, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, I mean,
and then
no one going to Taco Bell at 2:30 in the mornings made the best choices that
but no,
day.
like they were giggling when they got in there, and then just you'd make random comments and they'd laugh and they're funny. They did not know that they were 434, but you guys made sure they did know afterwards.
Yeah, I think I just kept saying 434. I love you.
Louder and louder. No, when they got their order like announced, they didn't know, and you.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. So anyway, it was a good time. And then, do you want to maybe pick up this part of the?
So, we're sitting at the Taco Bell, and according to Joe, our friend, or the third party that was there, had been like texting back and forth with this girl all night, and Joe was like, oh, what's she saying? And he instead of reading it, just hands him the phone. So Joe's reading it and then gives it back once he was done, and he's like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go over there, and Joe's like, yeah, well, I already told her we're on her way, so so I'm like, oh hell yeah. So I'm like, I don't care. I was not doing anything at 3 in the morning or whatever. I thought it was hilarious, so I'm like, yeah, I'll drive you. And then so we had to stop at 7-Eleven to make sure everything was going to be done safely, if you catch my drift. And then we were waiting on the address for me to take the boys to the destination, get there, drop our friend off, and then we pull around the corner because we're like we're taking you home, right? And he's like, yeah, I'll be out in a little bit. So we're all right, cool. Joe and I were just vibing. We were hanging out.
Vibing, listening to Mac Miller, had some country.
Great time.
Yeah, it was a good one.
And then we get the text from our friend.
And this was like 35, 40 minutes later. It was a while.
Good time. Yeah, no,
it was a good amount of time.
And so we were waiting, and you'll see the video. I don't know. Do we say what happened, or should we leave it for them to see?
Do you just want a live reaction right now, and then they can watch it?
Sure.
All right, so we will pull it up.
We had a surprise waiting for our friend when he was coming out the door.
Yeah, so here, let's...
Come on,
hold on, I got the audio off here.
Oh, boy.
Let's see.
All right, play it.
So,
look at his stupid face.
So we will put.
We'll put all the videos,
we'll
fighting,
put a bunch of these videos up at the end.
Me being stupid.
So that was kind of how the night ended. After that, we drove home. I let the boys take my bed. Just made sense numbers wise, and I went on the couch. Very comfy couch. I slept like a baby.
Now overall point is it was a love to see it. Valentine's Day.
Great story.
It was funny.
Roller coaster of a day.
Real up and down. It started off. It's not a big deal to me, but it's nice to share with someone. But we ended it on a good note. We thought that was funny, so we wanted to share that with you.
Had to be there, but I think
might have been a had to be there moment. But I think if once you listen to this and then watch what we're actually talking about, you will enjoy it.
It is kind of a spin on what you normally see for chicks in college, and we did it for the guys.
Yeah.
You normally see, yeah. So.
But yeah. So that's.
I don't know. I was proud. I was glad to be participating.
Gregory but he was good. Gregory does have a beautiful girlfriend, so.
Shout out Lexi.
I love you.
I love you too.
So I love you more. Anyways, but yeah, so Greg was a good boy, and we were good, and
yeah, it was a good
just
time.
overall good day.
Good day.
Great day.
It's funny because most of the Valentine's Day events happened the day after Valentine's Day.
But it was started before.
It was all the same.
It's the same shit.
Other than that, we'll have the videos. So if you're just listening to this and you want to check out the videos, feel free to hit up our YouTube. But otherwise, you might want to just stop listening here because otherwise the audio will not make any sense to you.
But if you're watching,
buckle up and get your popcorn.
Buckle the belts. I think that's it.
Yeah, thanks guys. Appreciate you listening.
Appreciate y'all, and let us know what we can do better, as always.
Always. And then we'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Yo, chill out. We're trying to go home. Yo. She's trying to go. What the fuck is going on here? Yo, this shit's going down or what? Yo. Yo, chill out. What's going on here? Hold on, chill out. Hold on, my man's about to get another one. What the fuck is going on? Yo, we got another fight here. Yo. Hold on. Chill out. We all friends. Grab a Coors Light. Chill out. What the fuck, man? Hold on. Why are you stopping? You don't need none of this. All right, play it.
I just had a